The United States Hot Rod Association presents Motorock 2, the superstars of motocross. Ah, the peaceful outdoors. What could be better than a day in the sunshine? Good friends, good eats, good time. All we need now is a little noise. Now, maybe the thought of motorcycles racing across the terrain doesn't quite fit the image of a pastoral summer day. But thousands of motocross fans across the country wouldn't want it any other way. The head-to-head competition, the excitement, and the party atmosphere make motocross a perfect outdoor sport. But in much of the country, weather and geography prohibit it. The solution? Move it indoors, where man-made tracks and tons of dirt set the stage for Arenacross. So let's go on the road with the U.S. Hot Rod Arenacross circuit. More than 50 cities play host to the Arenacross National Championships. First stop on the circuit, New York, New York. It's tough to picture the brutal, muddy world of motocross side by side with Lady Liberty and the lights of Broadway. But that's where Arenacross comes to the rescue. And what better place to kick it all off than Madison Square Garden, the best-known arena in the world.
I'll tell you, we're going to see a tremendous amount of action here this afternoon. And Bud, I know that for a fact we have some of the greatest riders in the country, California, West Virginia, all over the East Coast, they're here.
In Arenacross, the term dirt bike takes on a whole new meaning. Whether you're talking about standard two-wheel motorcycles or four-wheelers, known more commonly as quads. Still another attraction are the three-wheel, all-terrain vehicles. But the main events, the ones Arenacross fans turn out in droves to see, are the 125 and 250cc class two-wheeler competitions. And on this day, a somewhat dramatic story unfolds. The first heat is won easily by number 777, West Virginia's Mike Bias. In the second heat, it's number 56, New Jersey native Mickey Kessler who takes the honors. Showdown time in the third and final moto heat. And it's Kessler who jumps out to a big lead right from the start. Trapped back in the pack is Bias, while Kessler continues to pull away. Finally, Bias breaks free, but he has a long, long way to go. Entering the final lap, it's a two-man race. The head-to-head competition that makes both moto and Arenacross so exciting has fulfilled its promise once again. Incredibly, Bias closes in for the kill.
It's the biggest rush, you ever feel to be out there, coming from behind and hear the crowd yelling for you. Then finally, at the last minute, make it into the lead. It's great.
Bias is the matinee idol, but true to his word, in the evening, Mickey Kessler makes a triumphant return, thanks in part to the armor of his trade.
The boots are made out of pretty sturdy leather, and it's very, very easy to twist your ankle out there when you're riding. The shoulder pads serve two purposes. First of all, to protect your shoulders, and secondly, as a rock guard. When you're behind those bikes out there, they tend to throw a lot of dirt back at you. The shoulder padding is not very much, but every little bit counts. A lot of riders prefer to wear almost football shoulder pads, but I prefer the lighter weight ones to make you more mobile. These gloves are made out of leather. The padding is to keep your hands from getting blistered, just like a workman or a log or anything. The padding on the outside is, again, for protection from rocks and dirt and any items that might be thrown back at you. The helmet goes without saying. When you're playing in any sport, be it baseball, football, any blow to the head can be a very serious injury, and especially in racing. And finally, the goggles. Like any skier will tell you, the goggles can serve to keep the wind off your eyes in any snow or dust or whatever it may be, whatever conditions you're riding in, and also, again, as a rock guard and a dirt guard to keep from getting your face all scratched up.
Schooled in the techniques, like father, like son. Of course, no matter how many precautions you take, you still have to face the music. And it's not always a waltz. It would appear we are now heading to Chicago, but in fact we're traveling through another dimension. A dimension not only of spokes and spark plugs, but of pistons. A journey along a wondrous track whose boundaries are that of the imagination. That's the checkered flag up ahead. Your next stop, the Moto Zone. Picture, if you will, a colorfully dressed young man, one they call Mike Bias. So many times before, he has found himself at the starting gate, running the race through his mind. In the interminable seconds before the gate falls, judging his start, faithful his equipment will not falter, confident to the max. He is partaking in what he believes to be just another race, dicing and jamming and shutting the door on his opponents whenever possible. But is it just another race? Isn't it possible that each leap, each landing, portends a step into another reality, one Mike Bias will forever know as the Moto Zone. Wait a minute, what's happening to me? I feel funny, like the race is going on without me. This is weird, I gotta get my bearings. There, that's better. Okay, concentrate now. A good racer has to keep his mind on the track. He has to see the jumps. He has to execute the doubles perfectly. That's it. 1 and over. Now 1, 2 and over. Wait a minute, here it comes again. What is this? Oh my, something's not right here. I have this strange sensation like I'm being pulled apart or something. There. Now I gotta hold this lead. Gotta keep my eye on Mike Jones. Wait a minute, where is he? He was just behind me. Where is he now? Hey, hold on here. Something's wrong. You can't give him the checkered flag. He can't win. I'm ahead of him. What's wrong with you people? Can't you see that I'm ahead of him? Oh, boy, this is the strangest race I've ever been in. I just keep going round and round and round and round and round. For Mike Bias, Arenacross superstar, the smell of exhaust is a reality he knows only too well. But races are run only when the starting gate falls, not in the mind's eye. Except on those rare occasions when the door is left open to the Moto Zone. You see, friendships have a way of dissipating once you strap on the helmet and boots. Like this night in Las Vegas, where taking risks is nothing new. But where, one might ask, do you find a dirt bike track in this luminescent neon emporium? For the answer to that, we simply go back to school. The Open Air Silver Bowl, to be precise, where East and West riders, compare styles. And who's the favorite?
Sean Kalis, he's a local rider. He should be pretty fast here.
Just 15 years old. Arizona native Sean Kalis is perhaps the best in the West, but he will have some competition.
Mike Bias is leading this series right now, and so, he must be going good.
The exploits of Bias have been well chronicled, and he's eager to take on Kalis.
Sean Kalis is an excellent rider. He will be a force to be reckoned with.
I think I'll end up winning.
Introductions aside, it's time to get down and dirty. The opening moto has a definite bias to it as Mike masters the ups and downs of the course. Kalis doesn't win the second heat either, but comes close enough to qualify and set up still another showdown in the finals. They start side by side and stay that way for much of the race. Jump for jump, turn for turn. Kalis always a fraction of a second ahead. It isn't until the final lap that Kalis widens the gap and, true to his word, brings it home. To be the champion. To overcome the odds through determination, skill, and endurance. Quite simply, to go the distance.
You gotta make your breaks. You are born to
something new. I guess you could say it's part of the Grand National Series of the United States Hot Rod Association. Tonight we're trying something new with the drag motocross. We'll line 2 riders up at a time, and we have eliminations. It's very fast, very furious, and it should be a very interesting and a very exciting show.
Drag racing. It's helped put Englishtown, New Jersey on the map. But there is another sport that calls Englishtown its home in the Northeast. A sport with all the bumps and grinds of Arenacross, but on a larger, more chilling scale. A sport that makes everyone from the high flyers to the low riders take notice. It's Motocross, the outdoor circuit. Motocross, where the track is bigger, the jumps are longer, and Mother Nature's terrain dictates the pace of the race, which is often just a blur. Motocross, where the bikes can be open full throttle, and the margin for error is that much smaller. Perhaps nobody knows the Englishtown track better than Mickey Kessler. A lifetime resident of New Jersey, Kessler modifies suspensions from his pro shop in Farmingdale. But he's equally adept on the track, despite the fact he didn't start racing until he was 18. The former New Jersey state champion is also a 2-time winner at Unadilla, New York, and this day takes the Englishtown track by storm. With the determination of a champion, Kessler zeroes in on the leader, and with just 50 yards to go, makes his move. The perfect alternative to the track. Wet bikes are fast becoming a favorite new motorsport. Jet-propelled engines skim you across the water at incredible speeds. And best of all, you don't get dirty. Now, what would be a logical progression from here? Well, you've seen the track, and you've seen the water. Suppose now we froze that water to make a track. Introducing ice bikes, for hardy souls only. You see, it takes a special brand of balance to commandeer a motorcycle on ice, but more important, it takes a lot of protection in all the right places. As the first heat of the 125cc competition gets underway, everybody has their favorite. The favored position on the track belongs to number 8, Eric Kehoe from Granada Hills, California, who leads number 43, Mickey Diamond, by no more than a second or two. Kehoe masterfully conquers the last set of jumps and holds on for the victory. Come the second moto, however, it's all Mickey Diamond, who not only pulls away from Kehoe, but from everyone else as well. Having finished second in the first moto, Diamond needs just to hold on for the overall title. No sweat.
I rode real hard in the first moto, but I didn't feel real good. I felt real stiff the whole time. So going into the second moto, I was, really anxious to get out there and get going.
Next up, the 250cc competition.
I feel real good. The bike is working excellent, and really there's not much more I can do up until the race. Just try and get off the line the best I can.
Number 6, Bailey mistimes his start and falls back into the pack. Number 1, Jeff Ward does take the lead by looking out for number 1.
I worry about myself. I just get out front, and who's ever there at that particular moment, challenging is the guy that you got to worry about.
Number 5, Rick Johnson is the guy Ward must worry about the most here in the first moto. The two California-based superstars of motocross battle it out. Johnson has yet to lose a single National Series moto to this point. And although Ward hands him his first defeat, everyone knows who's the overall favorite.
Johnson's running really well. Johnson's won all of them so far.
And sure enough, in the second moto, Rick Johnson takes command. Jeff Ward hangs tough, but on this day at High Point, the superstar of the 250cc class truly is Rick Johnson.
There's no way I was going to let him get around me, or if he was going to get around me, he was definitely I wasn't going to let him win.
Our final stop on the Arenacross circuit takes us to the Golden Triangle. It's not quite an outdoor event, and it's not quite indoors either. Call it Stadium Cross, if you will. But although the names may change, the thrills remain the same. There's no question, motocross is one of the fastest growing sports in America. It's rapid fire, competitive, and fun to watch. And for the fans, that's the bottom line.
I just think it's great. Just great, Come down and see it every time it's here. We bought our tickets the first day they come out.
The Pittsburgh competition is stocked with superstars like number 45, Tom Kit Carson, and number 4, Bob Machine Gun Kelly. Jeff Glass knows when to have fun and when to get serious, and former Canadian Arenacross champion Arnaud Bernard is a newcomer to the circuit. And of course, when you're number 1, introductions aren't always necessary. In the 125cc competition, Mike Bias lives up to his billing, leaving the pack in his wake. Bias's only real threat comes from number 89, Fred Andrews. But Mike senses the pressure and deftly shuts the door.
Of bad luck. I separated my shoulder 3 weeks ago. I rode hurt last week, and I just wanted to come back and show that I can still run up there in the #1 position.
Of course, Bias's victory only makes everyone else that much more determined to bury him in the 250cc competition. And sure enough, Bias gets trapped in the logjam, while number 45, Tom Kit Carson, assumes control. Running 7th, Bias finds this race out of his hands. But then that's the beauty of motocross. With so many talented riders, and with the precision of each jump or turn playing such a factor, you never know who is going to win. This time it is Carson who holds off the field and rides to victory. Carson, Kessler, Kalos, Coombs, Bias, and Bailey. Just some of the superstars of motocross. Nobody delivers bone-jarring thrills like the U.S. Hot Rod Association. Featuring the superstars and future stars of both arena and motocross. Right here in the USA.
Oh well, I feel so good today. We just touched ground on an international runway. Jet propelled back home from overseas to the USA. Yes, I'm so glad I'm living in the USA. Anything you want, they got it right here in the USA. Yes, I'm so glad I'm living in the USA. Anything you want, they got it right here in the USA.
This has been a presentation of Halcyon Days Productions in association with BET Promotions.